What's going on? Today is Thursday, April 6th, and today I had another bad day. Absolute psychological, mental, just deterioration from the very beginning. I lost about $218 today, and I want to go over my trades and I want to go over the overall market and then what kind of large mistakes that I made, psychological and I guess pre market planning and having everything structured for the day. So we'll jump right into it. So I want to go over. Today was kind of a roller coaster, as you can see by the this kind of P&L map right here. So I went down pretty heavy early in the day, made some money back, and then gave most of the money right back. So I had 10 trades or 9 trades in total, which is just ridiculous. I need to stop doing that. But here's a summary of my trades. $68, lost 300, made back 170, made 50, and then lost $200 again, then made $125 back. So really just no structure, not really figuring anything out, and just generally having a hard time. I've been trading pretty badly the past couple of weeks. Obviously, I am a beginner trader, so it's kind of hard to get that stuff figured out 6 months into the market. But wanted to address what happened today and whatever, really what it kind of looked like. What I was looking at from the very beginning of the day was kind of this hourly trend. So, I was looking at the hourly chart here, and, we are definitely trending up. There's no doubt about that. So I had no concerns today, at least pre-market. I was thinking in my head, like, okay, we're obviously trending upwards. So there's really no reason to be chasing like deep shorts when, there's, as long as we have like a healthy pullback, hit a decent level and then continue moving. That's what I was thinking pre-market. But for some reason, I hopped into pre-market and I just saw this large sell-off pre-market. So I'm going into the open thinking hey, we're headed south, and that for some reason I instantly threw all of that pre-market thinking out the window, and I'm like, hey, we're going south, regardless of what the hourly time frame was showing. So I guess I just completely forgot going into the day, what the deal was. And that kind of threw me for a loop the rest of the day. So I didn't make my first trade until about 10:25. So right in this region right here. I tried to long on this pullback here. So I was thinking, hey, we hit a new low down here at 40.97. We had some good buying pressure through here. I saw this pullback. It was healthy. I saw the consolidation around VWAP here, and I was thinking, hey, everything's looking good. Let's long. And so my first two trades, my first seven trades were long, but just wrong timing, right? So wrong entry. We were hitting some resistance here. I guess we weren't ready to just prove. I guess we had some, a larger pullback to have happen. So I took two longs here. The first long was right after the pullback, and I was trying to get long here. That ended up not working out. I got kind of spooked out here from this large wick. And then the very next trade was my biggest loss today, which was really rough. But I was really convinced we were going up for the day. Again, the pre-market had let me know roughly that we're still in an hourly uptrend. So I kind of had that bias, which may have bit me in the butt today. But I basically got in with, I think I got in with 5 contracts here, and then added an additional 5 contracts here as I saw the volume starting to pick up, and I got bit. And I took a hard loss on that one. So it's tough. Maybe my bias going into it wasn't, is what got me in trouble here, because I wasn't, seeing all of these large wicks at the top here and up, the wicks up here. There were several wicks, and obviously the sharp selling pressure shortly afterwards. I probably should have gotten out a lot quicker. I took a short scalp. So on the way up, so we had a large, basically the rest of the day we just kept moving up, which was pretty nice. And I took a couple of scalps on the way up, really nothing other than just realizing that we are slowly moving in an uptrend. And so for this one, I took a quick scalp here. $37, really nothing fancy. And the next one was a little bit larger. I was a little bit more patient, saw the move actually happening, and I got out right at the top here, which is really nice. At the top of this volume, had a decent move, saw we probably weren't going to move any closer, and just cut it real quick and was done with it. So that was like $175 back off of, I was down $360 from my first two trades. So I made back $175. So a part of me was thinking like, hey, I made some money back, we're doing okay, I can keep trading. And I think that's what kind of, set me into this over trading spiral moving forward. So kind of rough, mentality today. I tried to long right afterwards. Let's see here. So this was the last trade where I made $175. 20 or 30 minutes. So I longed right at the end of here. And then this kind of began the consolidation at the end of the day. And I want to go back over to the chart for a second to show the consolidation. So after all of the run up most of the day, we spent the better part of the afternoon and the PM session actually kind of trading around this like 41.35 to like 41.25 region. And this was kind of tricky for me. I wasn't expecting this consolidation, obviously, moving into this area. So I kind of got chopped up in this area, trying to predict breakouts and trying to get in on these moves. So I ended up getting chopped up for sure through here. We did end up peaking at 41.35, but overall just kind of chop, a lot of wicks up and downs, a lot of liquidation grabs, just kind of hard to read through here, and just in general kind of difficult for me. But we'll move back to my trades. Took another scalp. I wouldn't call this one a scalp. I held this a little bit longer than I wanted. There's a pullback here, and then we got some volume, but again, I want to put into perspective, this is in that area up at the top that we started to consolidate at. So we hadn't really gotten to the depth of the consolidation afterwards, but still just took a quick scalp getting out. Also just not having any confidence in any of the movements today. So again, just keeping my entries and exits pretty short. This one was pretty rough. Again, so we are right here at this point. We are trying to break a new high. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to long on that new high and not respecting the fact that, we've just really had no continuation, no movement, which is kind of rough, and sold out for a pretty hard loss there. So again, over trading, mentally not in the right space at all. So took another quick loss. I unfortunately stayed in this one pretty long, but again, didn't move. At this point, we had already hit 41.32, so I'm thinking, hey, we're going to be done chopping, and I just figured that was this 41.32, this liquidity grab, this was the new high of day, and then we had a big sell-off. So I'm thinking, here's a pullback, and then we're going to continue selling off. So I got short on this position here, and sure enough, it just continued to chop, and then went right back up afterwards. So just difficult action up at the top. Maybe I was getting a little bit antsy and over trading, so it's my own fault. But my last trade of the day, I did make $125 back, and that was on a short. So let me zoom out a little bit more. I was in this trade for quite some time. It's not a huge deal, but I was getting short. I'm trying to find a decent scale for this. Sorry. So right here, all this consolidation, right? We were around the 41.35 range, and we weren't actually seeing any continuation through this. And so I'm viewing this as relatively bearish. So obviously in hindsight, shorting at the high here after really having a majority of the afternoon being a kind of like just basically a trend day, it was kind of tough. I did see a ton of buyers on Bookmap sitting up here at like 41.34 and 41.35. I ended up getting short after this area, and I set my stop loss right at like 41.36. So I ended up not getting stopped out, but I was in this trade for quite some time, and it ended up working out. For a moment here, I thought we were going to head south here, had a little bit more consolidation. Finally got a decent drop, and then I just got out of the trade. Obviously, in hindsight, I could have held a little bit longer, but just overall not really feeling confidence in really anything that was happening in the market, and obviously that led to a $218 loss today. So overall, kind of a brutal day, and I'm just trading bad. There's no excuses. Mentally, this whole week has been awful, and my mentality from like Monday basically through today has just been awful. I've got a lot of work to do on the psychological front and trading front as well, so education in general. So I wanted to roughly go over my trades today and discuss everything about that. Otherwise, that's all I have. Peace.